Holy criminy, that was way awesome. Frick, man, I love deer hunting. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Trent and I appreciate you coming to watch this video. If you have been here before, appreciate you coming back. Also, feel free to check out some of my other videos. If you do, I thank you. It is Halloween. It's the beginning of the rut period, in my opinion. It's about this time where I start to see the most rut chasing, seeking activity going on. And I have 3 deer in the freezer after shooting that great doe yesterday. Matter of fact, the biggest doe I've ever shot. So I'm really gonna hone in and try to kill a buck here in the next couple weeks. I'm exhausted. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. So if I'm dragging something, it's gonna be worth it. This is a spot that historically I've had 2 encounters with 2 different good bucks. It's a doe bedding area out here to my right and in front of me, and then a buck bedding area to my left. It's kind of on a transition line with a creek in the back, further back. So I feel like I've got a pretty good shot of something coming by. There's a scrape, 10 or 15 yards behind me. So I feel like I'm in a good area for it to happen if it's gonna happen. Dropped my buddy Alex, he's hunting with me this trip. Dropped him off down the creek that way, about 350 yards, and it's 3:45, and he sent me a text just a few minutes ago and said, hey, I've already seen 2 does, I just couldn't get a shot. So he's trying to get his first deer down this year. I have seen 2 does and an absolute giant buck, and I mean just an absolute giant buck. I was walking and I actually accidentally walked into this doe bedding area, not realizing they were bedding here. And as I was walking in, that buck come down the hill and cut through that doe bedding area and ran the opposite direction of me. I tried grunting at him, but he just completely ignored me. And I don't know if maybe he saw me or heard me coming and that's why he ignored me, or he had another mission in mind. But I think I'm going to try to come back here in the morning and get after him, because he would be hands down the biggest buck I've ever killed, and just an absolute monster. So you never know what's gonna happen. It's November 1st, man. I mean, it's just starting. I'm gonna shut up for the last about 2 hours of shooting, or about 1 hour and 45 of shooting time we have left, and see what happens. I am set up in the same area I was in yesterday. I saw a really good buck back here yesterday. He came down out of skirting, or from skirting a doe bedding area, and down into this creek bottom about 2:30. And he was about 100 yards away when I saw him. I couldn't get him on film. But if he does the same thing today, I should be able to get a 30-yard shot at him, if not closer. With the rut heating up, these big deer, or deer in general, are doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I saw 2 small bucks and a doe coming in, and one of those little bucks busted me. It's just kind of figuring it out and hoping it's going to work out. I don't see any reason it shouldn't. Normally my wind would be screwing me right now. I'd be blown into that doe bedding area. but because of the creek I'm in and I'm down low, it's actually blowing on the opposite creek bank, which is just slightly higher than me, and swirling around and being pulled away from that doe bedding area. It's gonna keep me from getting busted by anything in that bedding area and anything coming skirting through it or anything like that too. So I feel pretty confident in the setup. I'm not in the best tree in the world, it's small, and all I really have for cover is 2 trees in front of me, but I feel confident that as long as I'm patient and smart, I should be able to get a shot at a good buck if it comes by. Only time's gonna tell though. Holy crap, the rut is on. I may have just seen the very first hot doe of the season. I just had a small 8-pointer and a stud 10 chase a doe past me. They came from my right and came up 4 yards away from the tree and went to my left, and they were on a dead sprint. I couldn't get the 10-pointer to stop. I was trying to get him to stop so I can shoot him. I manned at him a few times, and then I grunted and snort wheezed, and they just kept going. Didn't even care. Oh, that's awesome though that doe went right by me, because if she's hot, she's gonna leave a scent trail right by me. So any other bucks that are coming by, I should pick them up. I plan on doing some rattling and some grunting this evening too. So, holy crap, my adrenaline's still pounding. I mean, I wasn't even fully set up in the tree when those deer ran by. If I'd had an arrow knocked, I'd have been trying to shoot that 10-pointer at 4 yards when it ran by. I didn't have an arrow knocked. Holy criminy, that was way awesome. Frick, man, I love deer hunting. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna settle in and hopefully we'll have some more of that going on. Okay. Just had another pretty good buck come by. This one was a good 8-pointer, but he came by 60 yards on a trot. I grunted at him a couple times, obviously, but I mean, it's tough to get all the cameras on the deer and get the bow ready, especially when we're in rut and those deer running around like crazy. So definitely a bigger challenge than what I've been doing so far. Oh well, that's 3 bucks and 2 shooter bucks and just this sit alone, so I'm looking forward to them. I'm hoping maybe one of them will come by the tree so I can get a shot at them. It's November 5th, and I am up in the same exact tree I was up in yesterday. I'm running a little late today. Had some other business to take care of first, but I'm here now. It is 3:36, getting settled in for the evening. So I'm actually about almost an hour later than I was yesterday. Not the greatest, but you know, better than nothing. 2:40 yesterday. I had that big 10-pointer chase that doe with the little 8-pointer come by, but then again about 4:30 I had maybe it was a little late, earlier than that, but I had a good 8-pointer come by too. So we'll see what happens. I've got scent wicks out. I've got one at 35, and then I've got one at 20, and then I've got one right in front of me at 10, and I have one on my right side here at about 10. The one on my right side's more just because I had a fourth one. The one at 35 is the one I'm really counting on to draw on the deer. It's the same travel corridor the little buck right at last night took, and that 8-pointer, so, or the same travel area. So I'm hoping this time, instead of him being a little more out of range in the 50-yard area, he'll be where a deer would be more closer. 35 is what I've got that wick set at, so we'll just have to write it out and see what happens.